everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's so great to have you here. That sounded condescending, but it's not. Anyways, welcome back to the channel. I'm so excited to have you here, so thanks again. Today is actually a video about my top 15 favorite MAC lipsticks. In addition to that, I also have 2 Bonus Jonas lipsticks. And I call it a Bonus Jonas because, you know, there's that little brother Jonas brother. I call him a Bonus Jonas. That's mean, right? Anyways, I have 2 bonus lipsticks because they're from the Osbourne's collection and I haven't fully tried them out, so I don't know for sure if they're my favorites, but I'm pretty sure they are. So some of these will be limited edition items and some you can still pick up today. And just because they're limited edition doesn't mean that you can't necessarily find them. You might be able to find them like on eBay or just through like some Max makeup sales. Sometimes people will sell theirs if they didn't like it, so you can always try and find them that way. These are just my favorites, so I thought I would share them with you. Let's get right on into this. So, the first one is actually Beauty from the Glamour Days collection that came out a few years ago. It's just a really nice, like lilac-y, purpley color. I tend to wear a lip gloss over this, something that can add a little bit more pigmentation to it, because by itself on me it looks very like whitey, very like white and creamy on me instead of like the lavender color, so I always like to kind of pair it with another one. This is going to be a glaze formulation, which to me, I don't know the official terminology for it, but it's more of a sheer color with less of a wet look and more of a matte look. So I don't know what the actual formulation like meaning is, but that's what this one is. Next up we have MAC's Cream Cup, which you can still get today. It's just a nice pinky nude color. I find that I don't wear this as much because, you know, I have a difficult time wearing nude lip products, but this is one that is like always raved about and loved, and I definitely think that if I had to wear a nude, or not had, but if I were choosing to wear a nude, this one is definitely one of the ones that I'd pick. This one is a cream sheen, and I like cream sheens a lot because it definitely adds some moisture to my lips where it does have that nice sheen to it. So that one is Cream Cup. Following up right behind Cream Cup is another color that I think is kind of similar to it. This is How Darling. It's a cream sheen as well. It has more of a pinky nude color to it instead of like, whereas Cream Cup definitely goes a little bit more towards the nude. This has more of a pinky nude, so it's more pink than nude. Stop it. Get away from the camera. Get away from the camera. Get away from the freaking camera. This one was available in the Christmas collection. You know, when they have the packaging, the Christmas packaging, it came in one of those. I ended up picking up 2, and then I bought 2 of the packages, and then I gave 1 to Mallory, but I took the lipstick out. I told her I was going to. I took the lipstick out, and then I replaced it with one of my favorite lipsticks, which I think might have been Silly. Maybe not. It might. I don't remember what I gave her, but I gave her something. One of my favorite ones. So, and so I have this and a backup because there's very few nude lipsticks that I can pull off, and this is one. Buddy, you were just getting sprayed because you keep getting by the camera. Garlic won't get away from the camera tripod, and he keeps getting sprayed by the water bottle. I will put lipstick on your face! Okay, so now we're venturing from nude lipsticks over to more of like a corally color. Definitely not an orange because I don't wear oranges as much, but definitely more in that coral color that I can pull off. And this one's going to be Sunny Soul. I think Jem or Jerica, Jess, told me that it's Soul, which is what I thought it was, and then the guy corrected me and told me I was wrong. Anyways, it looks on here like it's very pinkish, but, not pink, but when you put it on, it definitely pulls more of a coral, not necessarily like a pink, but definitely close to flamingo is what I consider this. This is definitely in that same area. And this one is also a cream sheen, because, you know, that's how I roll. Now we have the beloved Flamingo. This is how much I have left, and I had stopped using it because they weren't selling it anymore, and now that they have brought it back, I can start using it. I actually accidentally just took a chunk out of it with my nail, which was not a good thing. And I just plopped it right on top of it. And it's such a pretty color. Like, I love pairing this with not a cream lip gloss, but definitely more of a, with a tint, just a little tint over it. But even by itself, it's amazingly beautiful and gorgeous. And I need to pick up another one because this is as much as I have. And this one is a Luster. Okay, so we're moving on to Crosswires. This is also a cream sheen. If you can't tell from the theme of my favorite lipsticks. It's a beautiful, this one actually, it looks a little bit more of a mauve-y color. Maybe not mauve, I don't know. But when you put it on, it definitely has more of that coral color. The actual coral color instead of like a peachy coral. It's more of a coral. Gorgeous on, and also a cream sheen. Moving along to another more coral color is the Betty Bright. This is a satin finish right here, so it's going to be not quite as sheer. It's definitely going to have a full coverage on it, and it's a very peachy coral color, more peachy coral. Right? Does that make sense? Probably not. You can't actually find this because this one is a limited edition color, but look for it, find it if you can, because this is really gorgeous. It's super gorgeous on, and I like to wear this with the Kiss and Don't Tell from that collection too. Moving along from corals, we're going to actually go to like the brighter pink colors. So first what we have here is Silly. This right here is so pretty on. It's a matte color, so it's going to have a little bit of a drying factor to it. It's very dry, and you'll want to add, like, do some exfoliating like the night before. I find though that this is it's definitely buttery to put on the lips, so it doesn't feel like type when you're putting it on. What kind of sound effect was that? I don't know. Anyways, this one right here is so gorgeous. It's a really nice hot pink, and if you want, you can always, as if I'm like telling you what you can do. I tend to like to pair this with a Kiss and Don't Tell as well from the Archie's Girls collection, and you probably can't pick it up, but you always can. You can try and find it if you want. But this right here, even by itself, it's so pretty. It's gorgeous. Next up, we have In Passion. This is an amplified lipstick, which means it's going to be like, pow, which you want. And I love this lipstick. My little sister actually sent it to me. She says it's her favorite bright lipstick. I haven't worn it quite as much as I would like because sometimes I forget I have lipsticks. And I need to actually pick up one of those little case things where I can put them in there so I can remember what I have. But this right here is just, I'd say, I know she said it's like a really hot pink color. I actually feel like it's like kind of a corally warm hot pink color. Does that, I know it probably doesn't make sense. But next to Silly, this color looks more of like a coral hot pink color, whereas Silly is looks a little bit more blue toned than like a warmer color. Following up with In Passion is Love Goddess, and this is actually a lipstick from the Marilyn Monroe collection that came out a couple years back, and this one is a satin finish as well as some of the others, and it's at times it can look red, but on me it pulls like a really it can be like a hot pink red on me instead of red. So this one looks kind of like a raspberry color on me instead of like how like Kelly Yum Yum looks very bright and hot pink like that. This is definitely a raspberry color. Next up we have Outrageously Fun, and this one is a cream sheen as well, and it's like a purple color. I'd say that Outrageously Fun is definitely in the same family as Up the Amp, but Up the Amp is an amplified, so it's definitely a brighter shade, whereas this, even though it's a bright shade, because it's a cream sheen, it's still, you know, it's got that sheen to it. So it's not quite as, pow, look at me, you know, it's still, pow, look at me, but not like, wow. Does that make sense to you guys? Maybe it does. I don't know. Moving along from the bright shades to the red shades. So these first two are limited edition. And the first one I'm going to go with is Prepare for Pleasure, which is a cream sheen again. And I know I've talked about this. This I feel has a little bit more of a bluey red to it than some of the others. And it helps to make my teeth not look quite as yellow. It's from the winter collection, I believe, and it has a pretty little gold packaging on it. If you can ever find this, this is such a great color. So pretty, so pigmented, and it's just goes on really well and it stays on nicely. And when it fades, the color it fades to is really nice. Next up we have Ronnie Red, which is from the Archie's Girls collection. And this is a matte formula, which is I usually don't tend to really care for because I like that little bit of a sheen on my lips. But I feel like when I put this on, I swatched it next to the Prepare for Pleasure, and I feel like the colors are very close to each other. Just the Prepare for Pleasure has a sheen to it because it's a cream sheen, and this is a matte right here. But this is such a pretty and gorgeous red color. It's just, wow, pretty, and it, like I said, it's matte. So next up we have like the purpley toned like fall colors. The first one I have is Plumful. The one that I have is from like the Year of the Snake collection, but I believe you can buy this regularly without the little symbols on the side. I just really like the symbols and I wanted a color like this. And what I like about this, it's a really nice plum color, but it also has some pink tones into it, which I also love. You know, I love my pinks, so. And this one is a luster finish.
It looks like I lost some of my footage, but I wanted to go ahead and finish up the last couple of lipsticks for you. This next one is a gorgeous satin Private Party. It's from one of their collections from this past winter, and it's one of those colors that I like to wear during the fall because it has such a burgundy plummy color that it just seems to stand out so wonderfully then. Now we're moving on to our Bonus Jonas. These two are limited edition, so you won't be able to pick them up again unless you're able to be one of those lucky ones that happens to have them in their store still. But this first one is Kelly Yum Yum, and it's a satin finish, so it has a little bit more moisture than like a matte finish, and it's this warm toned bright hot pink, which I adore. I can't pull off Candy Yum Yum because it is that lighter baby doll blue toned pink, but this one is amazing. Next up we have Dodgy Girl, and this one's a matte formula, so I like to just put on like one coat of it and then kind of blot it a little bit and then put a lip gloss on. For the purpose of this video, I let you see what it looks like just by itself. After that, I've got the way that I'm currently wearing Dodgy Girl, and this is going to be Dodgy Girl with like bijou over it, and it's my all-time favorite lip combo right now. I'm wearing it all the time, and I'm wearing it throughout this entire video. Alright, well, I thank you so much for watching this, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!